hey, welcome.
I
I don't want to be sued by. I don't want to get sued by Disney. What? I'm losing my mind. Hey, so this is Star Wars. So I don't have a Star Wars game, which is what we were planning on doing for this one. But I have Doom, which
I
is
told
in
this man
space.
to get Battlefront. I mean, there's certainly no problems with EA Battlefront games, right?
EA, great game. Yeah, just love them to death. Oh, hey, so also I'm gonna be eating
The
nerds
second one actually has like space battles and stuff.
So did the originals.
In a campaign.
So did the originals.
This is one's in HD.
You got me there.
And it has Kylo Ren and Rey. And Yoda fighting Darth Maul. Because why not?
Yeah, good nerds.
I mean, yeah, we are good nerds. Thank you.
Huh? Oh, no. Jackass. Anyway. I'm just gonna...
As good nerds, we're talking about Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, I've already beat this.
Alright, so... the reason I wanted to talk about Star Wars...
Fuck it.
is because Disney... finally!
Have I done my run trials?
Disney freaking finally said... that they have... an Obi Wan standalone movie... in production.
Huh.
Obi Wan Kenobi movie.
Okay.
Really? That's it? That's your reaction? Just okay?
I'm not really paying attention. What did you say? What was the news that you broke? I'm playing Doom.
Okay, that we're getting an Obi Wan Kenobi movie.
Oh, holy shit. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, we talked about a little bit about that. Huh? What? We talked a little bit about this during the other thing.
Yes. But we didn't go in detail because we wanted to do this.
Yeah. So,
And
Star Wars. Also, I'm eating like shit because currently it's like 12 for me. 12 midnight. And I'm hungry as shit and I don't want to actually have a meal yet. So excuse the crunching you're going to hear for a little bit. But I've got some Skittles I wanted to eat.
Jesus Christ.
I've moved up from Nerds to Skittles.
So, my dear friend, what do you think of us having an Obi-Wan movie? Basically, the thing we've all been asking for. The one standalone movie that we want. Finally. Actually happening.
I'm pretty excited about it. Because, I have someone. How do I fucking check my... God damn it. You know, seeing more badass Jedi stuff is going to be cool. Plus, if they finally, you know... That's not the button I was looking for. Okay, that's crouch. Jump. That's my chainsaw. That's the BFG. Fuck. I forgot
That's
how to
another
play.
Disney
That's a
property.
grenade.
Dude, the BFG is another Disney property. We're not talking about that Disney property. We're talking about this Disney property.
What? Oh, right, the big friendly giant. That it's not a very friendly giant, I'll tell you right now. As far as Obi Wan goes, while I try and rediscover how to eat Skittles, I'm good, cause you know Jedi. But if they fucking show a love interest, just so they can make Rey a Kenobi, I'm gonna be a little bit.
Oh
miffed.
my gosh, I was actually gonna go totally into that. Like, yes, I want to see the story of Rey's parents. Actually, if you saw the Clone Wars, Obi-Wan did have a love interest.
What?
Obi-Wan had a love interest in the Clone Wars.
Who?
Some Mandalorian queen. Say what you want about Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I mean, he's got standards.
Sure. Please, you're gonna have to vamp for me because I've forgotten how to play this game.
Yeah. So while this noob tries to play, yeah, I mean, I find this prospect of Obi-Wan like really exciting, because I mean, to be fair, well, Rogue One was really cool, and it was personally one of my favorite movies last year. I also think that it was kind of unwarranted. It's like not many of us were thinking, oh man, I wonder how they got the Death Star plans. But it was a well done movie, so I think we all kind of just gave it a pass.
Right.
Then Han Solo got announced, and we're like, why? I mean, we know Han Solo is super popular and everybody loves him, but why are you making a Han Solo movie?
Right. I mean, I honestly, Han Solo kind of needs more, if you ask me, because the dude's dead, you know.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't feel like. I don't know. I never thought. I don't think anybody ever said, man, I would really love to see a Han Solo movie in the past.
I would have said
you
that.
you cannot have any Jedi related things.
All right, here's my thing, right? I want to see a bounty hunter movie. And guess what? Han Solo's a bounty hunter. Bam, done.
Okay, yeah, that I can see. But if they shove in someone like Darth Vader into there just for the sake of having Darth Vader in a movie, I'm like, well, then everything he is in A New Hope makes no sense.
Right.
So I feel Han Solo is really warranted, and Obi Wan is, first of all, it is the one character out of the prequels that everybody liked unanimously.
Right.
It is
I had the wrong one in there, but ignore that
also
chainsaw kill.
a lot of time between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope where you could explore Obi-Wan. Because, I mean, I don't think they would really go pre-Phantom Menace Obi-Wan. I feel like that would be kind of boring.
Right.
But doing a
I mean, if we saw Obi-Wan between shit, like I keep
a,
pressing the
a
wrong button.
Western with Obi-Wan Kenobi.
So what you're saying is you want to see fuck. What am I doing?
I want to see Old Man Kenobi.
There we go.
Make a Logan movie with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Maybe not as gory, but you know what I mean.
Right. So that's that. That's alright. I'm still trying to learn how to play fucking Doom.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Obi-Wan was on Tatooine for like 18 years. He must have something else to do aside from just looking after Luke for all those years, right?
Probably. Who fucking knows what he got up to all, out there on his own.
I mean, he probably found the love of his life, had some children. Those children kind of had other children, and Rey Kenobi was born.
Stop that. I'm telling you, I don't want to see them like shoehorn in Rey's. Ooh, what does this do?
See, I think it would make sense. I mean, if you finish the episodes, us knowing, with the audience knowing after the end of the trilogy that whose Rey's parentage is, and explore that in the next standalone movie right after Episode 9, would be really cool.
I mean, yeah, you got me there a little bit. I'm just gonna go with the show quick one. But I mean, it's still like, how do I open? There we go. Like I feel like if they did it at this point, it would kind of fall into the category of doing it for the fans because the theory popped up. Like I feel like they would do it mostly just because the theory exists. The theory.
Well, I mean, what if that was already planned before? It's just that people guessed it.
Hey, you know what else people guessed that? Darth Jar Jar. I don't want to see that. Oh fuck this a lot, guys.
I don't know, man. Scream Little Snow could. Maybe that's what those scars mean.
I'm telling you, man. I would
just.
I'd rather just go up. I'd rather go against Doom Guy than deal with Darth Jar Jar. Just saying. I'm just saying.
Misa de Lord of the Sith. Misa Darth Jar Jar.
There we go. This is what I was looking for. I don't care about that. Rune Trials.
But
so
I don't know. Like I feel I don't know. Kenobi would work really well. I mean, independently of what they do with Rey's storyline, I feel like it would still be really cool to have a Kenobi movie.
Right.
On its own. I mean, a lone soldier, a lone samurai in the desert. You know, how many adventures, how many things did he have to fight off in Tatooine to keep Luke safe and to keep the Empire looking away all the time?
I mean, I guess when you put it like that, yeah, there's quite a bit you could probably do with that. But Like, I'll be honest, right? I'm a pretty shit Star Wars fan. I didn't really like Obi Wan a whole lot. I didn't like Old Man Obi because he didn't really do anything in that movie. I didn't like Young Man Obi because he was.
You said because he was in the prequels, I will kill you because I don't care if he was in the prequels. He was fantastic.
I mean, you got me. Yes, but also like, you were my brother, Anakin. You were the. Holy shit! What are you doing? Why was he just hanging out right there? What did he think was gonna happen?
And
Right.
that was exactly how how it went in the movie.
But yeah, so it's like, yes, everyone always kind of hams onto young Anakin about being a whiny piss boy. Oh shit, he got close. But like, I feel like Obi-Wan more than just shares in that blame because he kind of also went with it himself. Also, there yours.
Yeah, but he's a far better actor. I mean, do you know Hayden Christensen from being a great actor at some big movie?
No.
No.
All right. Well, one of these opens up a secret door. The other one makes these platforms disappear. So I think it's this one first.
Plus, also,
Not that one.
Also, I'm doing all this
Fuck,
assuming
fuck. Damn it.
assuming that Ewan McGregor is gonna reprise his role as Obi-Wan, because he's been begging Disney for an Obi-Wan
Right.
movie, and I mean it would be a
However-
dick move if you don't get him to be Obi-Wan Kenobi again.
I mean, yes, but also. Oh, God damn it. Also, Old Man Obi-Wan. I like. I'd like to see midlife crisis Obi-Wan. You know?
You could do that with him.
The fuck are you? Oh, is that enough?
Makeup is a fantastic thing that actors can use.
Yeah, but
I mean, Hugh Jackman does not look like Logan that much. I mean, he doesn't look that old. It's easy to make an actor look older, man.
fair enough. I don't know. Like I'm all for the extended universe. Like Rogue One was fantastic. I want to see more extended universe. But it's also like it needs to be very well made, and you have to be very careful not to unintentionally make a thing that
Contradicts.
contradicts, and then even slightly, like if someone picks up on it, it's gonna be all over the internet immediately,
Yeah.
and then that's the end of that thing that you've made.
I don't know, I feel like out of all the people, all the keepers of canon, like all the people that look at the canon while they're producing the movies, they're probably like the most keen-eye Star Wars fans there are.
I would certainly hope so.
They'll be like, you cannot have this character there. Why? Because that makes no sense. They need to be in this other planet in like 5 minutes.
Right. I don't know. All I'm saying is, I like expanded stuff, and admittedly, Rogue One kind of was made to plug up that plot hole that everyone keeps pointing out, and they were tired about hearing.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a fence there. Shit. What am I doing up here? Oh, there's an invisible wall here. Great. But at the same time, it's like, it was still a very well-made movie, and it fit with everything else. However, it's also very not directly related to the events of other stuff. Like, yeah, obviously, episode 4. I'm not an
yeah.
idiot. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah.
I understand that it goes pretty much straight into episode 4. However, the events of, say, episode 3 did not directly tie into what had to happen in 4, or in Rogue One, right?
They had some characters.
Some characters, sure. But it's like, if you wanted to do the Obi-Wan movie, and you wanted to do his life on Tatooine protecting Luke, that's a lot of things you need to get right, all in a row, to get episode 4 set up right.
So you just have to keep Luke away from like interacting with Force.
Right.
Which also, I mean, hey, Lucasfilm, please, if you make an Obi-Wan movie, I understand that putting a baby Luke Kid Luke somewhere there for like a brief moment, a brief cameo, just to say, oh, there's Luke Skywalker. It's fine.
Right.
I don't mind that. If you make like Kid Luke a main part of something like this, then I will kill you, because he's supposed to be for Obi Wan, not Luke. I mean, I know Luke knows Obi Wan,
Right.
as that old man that lives in that old man that lives nearby, but that's
Yeah, like
it.
Luke is aware of
Ben Kenobi.
Ben Kenobi, right? I was trying to remember what his alias was. So I was like, obviously you can have some interaction there, but I'm all like, again, all I'm saying is like, first of all, you got to make Ewan McGregor look right. Now
Yes.
that's not hard because you got CGI dead man in Rogue One.
Peter Cush.
What was the character's name? It was like Turk or something.
What's his face?
Taryn?
the- Tarkin.
Tarkin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grand Moff Tarkin. Yeah.
And I mean, he was like, I was fooled in the theater. Like, I heard about him, being completely CGI'd in later. I was like, oh fuck! I thought it was just like that was an actual person that they like. Just
That looked like a video game to me. Right away.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just not very good at seeing CGI a whole lot. But it's like that was it was very well made though.
Yeah.
Like it fooled me. It would probably fooled me.
I mean, plus, aging people back, it's the hard part. I think aging them up is easier.
right.
I mean, you can really just only use makeup and make, Ian McGregor look 10, 20 years older.
Right. Yeah.
And you could have a part at the very end where you kind of impose some of the image of the original Obi Wan, and
Right,
Ewan
yeah.
McGregor to kind of make him look like him a little bit at the end. It's like, oh, that's now we're leading into A New Hope, right?
Right. Yeah.
Whatever. But I don't know, I'm really excited for this, and this is one of those standalone movies that I'm like, oh, this could actually work, and I'm actually very interested for this. Unlike, Han Solo.
Yeah.
And the other standalone movies that apparently they're also having talks about, which are
Lay him on me.
Yoda,
Okay.
Boba Fett,
Going back to, I want to see more.
I want
bounty hunter.
that, and everyone's favorite slug, Jabba the Hutt.
You're fucking kidding me.
Yes, like this came out like one day. Like one day was like Obi Wan Kenobi movie. Yeah, they're also thinking about doing, and then the next day they're also thinking about doing Yoda and Boba Fett. Okay, that's cool, right? A Boba Fett movie will be really awesome, and swag Yoda would be kind of cool. Young Yoda would be interesting. And then Jabba the Hutt. What?
I mean, there is one way they could do this right.
What way?
Jabba the Godfather.
I'm listening.
So Jabba the Hutt, right? What's his relation to, say, Han Solo or Princess Leia, right? Han Solo owes him money. For what? A job he fucked up. Princess Leia is held in a giant palace,
Mm-hmm.
surrounded by a bunch of, I'm gonna assume, party people, clients, business,
Yeah,
guards.
of course.
Jabba the Hutt wants to execute Han Solo and Luke Skywalker. Where does he go? His own personal killing grounds with a giant Balrog thing. I forgot what the sandworms are called. He's hired several bounty hunters. He has several flying ships at his command. The dude is a giant black market business mogul. Probably runs his own little mall of sorts across the galaxy, or his part of the galaxy at least. Show him before he got all fuckered up by the heroes. Show how he became Jabba the Godfather. And then show him making offers people can't refuse. There's your Jabba the Hutt movie. Space Godfather. Oh, I've been.
And you could tie it into the Han Solo movie if the Han Solo movie uses Jabba the Hutt.
Bingo.
Jesus Christ, you're a genius. So, when can Lucasfilm film like start paying you bills?
Soon I hope, because holy shit, I want to move out.
Interesting. I really like that idea. I kind of want to see the Jabba the Hutt movie now.
Jabba the Godfather.
Jabba the Godfather, yeah. The Job Father.
Oh my god.
Untethered cross-dimensional activity.
I like that. What would you do for Yoda though?
Show more of his species, what their culture was like. I mean, we got more than enough of Jar Jar and his people.
That's true.
Let's get some more of Yoda and his.
We could get a moment where like Yoda and Maz Kanata kind of like meet for the first time, since they're both like 1,000-year-old characters.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I could do that.
Like
I forgot where to go here.
Yoda being unwise.
Yep. Yoda the unwise. No, there's a phrase I didn't think I'd hear.
Oh, come on, like you're okay. Man's like 1,000 years old, right?
Right.
I mean, you must have been young and stupid at some point.
I mean, you've got me there. Although, on the other hand, he could have also just as easily been born, you know, wrinkly old cabbage. You never know.
Forever just
He's
Benjamin Button style,
forever
just
old.
without
Hey, where'd you go?
ever going young. No.
Oh. Interesting interior. I forgot how fucking brutal this game was. But, I mean, all I'm saying, right, was that... Why do I feel like I didn't interact with that? With Yoda, it's like he's basically forever the ancient wise teacher man.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't exist as anything else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I also feel like some of these standalone movies kind of take away from the mysticism of some of these characters.
Right. I mean, on the one hand, yes. On the other, it's also like this universe has existed for a long time for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, it's big and alive and, you know, all these things that we've seen. Oh, I just jumped straight into that fireball. We've seen exactly 0% of.
True.
Right. And this is kind of a way of maybe exploring more than just Tatooine and, oh shit. Yavin and whatever, you know, all those like big places we've already been to, and maybe seeing some of the smaller places, like how you can use parsecs as a unit of bragging.
Units of bragging.
Yeah. You know, the whole Kessel Run and 12 parsecs thing. Which, you know, when they kind of explained away, which would make sense, but that's all in the old, non-existent expanded universe now. What do they call it? Legends? Something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Just shooting out kneecaps. But it's like, part of that, I'm okay with. Even if it takes away from the mysticism. But it's also like, you know, Star Wars, it's kind of always been that... Can I punch this? Probably shouldn't have. Is that, what do you call it? It's space fantasy, right?
Yeah.
It's not science fiction. It's fantasy.
Yes, that's where
Because, you know, lightsabers and
the Force.
and all that. Are you gonna die? There you go. So it's like maybe kind of taking it towards a more sciencey side by not focusing on all the Jedi. I mean, hell, even Rogue One had the monk, right?
Yeah.
Like, if they didn't have that, that would have been a very well done science fiction movie. You know?
That's true, yeah.
And it's like with these prequels, you have the option of doing that if you felt like it, which is going more real, less magic. Although there's nothing wrong with magic as seen here, because, you know, blasting demons in the face with shotguns is fun. In space! That's why we're doing this.
Yep. I don't know. Going after that, you said you want a bounty hunter movie.
Well, yeah,
I
that was
agree.
before I heard about the Boba Fett.
I
one.
want this Boba Fett movie
Yeah.
badly.
It sounds like I had no idea it was coming. I don't remember which one this is, but fuck it. It was haste.
I mean, it's not. I mean, again, it's not official. All of these things are like basically like in early talks. You know, early planning stages.
Right.
But I mean, getting a Boba Fett movie would be amazing. Heck, if it didn't become a movie and it became like, say, a TV show,
Right.
with like, if you make this a hard PG-13, right? Not R because it's still Star Wars, right?
Yeah, Star Wars is never gonna be R, which kind of, on the one hand, kind of sucks.
Yeah, you kind of restrict yourself. But if you make this like that kind of edging on the R, PG-13.
Phrasing. I'm so sorry. Oh, damn it. Where'd he go?
Yeah, like if you manage to make a show that's still PG-13, that it's violent and that shows the life of bounty hunters in the Star Wars universe, I would absolutely love that. Because you would flesh out the universe, you focus on a minor character that we're not very familiar with,
Right.
and you don't have to connect it to the Force and the Skywalkers and all that. And heck, you know what? If you want to include the Godfather in there, you could have him there too.
I'm telling you though, Jabba the Godfather is, Lucasfilm, hit me up. I'm full of these crazy ideas. What was the one that I said in the last talk that we did like this? The one we recorded just earlier now?
Yeah.
I forgot what. It was bullets that shoot guns that shoot guns that shoot bullets.
Yeah, that thing.
That all fire by bouncing off walls. That's what it was. I'm full of these crazy ideas, right? Like I got some stupid on the brain. I'm sure you can make a movie out of one of
I'm
them.
gonna tell you the movie we kind of came up with in class one time of
I don't recall.
a smart bully.
I don't recall now.
Like a bully that's like a genius. So that he like literally calculates what is the most uncomfortable way to fit you in a locker.
Hey, Lucasfilm, listen to this guy. I want to see this movie first. Then we can talk about Jabba the Godfather. Although I still want to see that too. Where? Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. Yep.
But I mean, I love aspects of expanding universe. I mean, I love that. I love that. One of my favorite parts about these franchises are the worlds, the universe, the world building itself.
Right.
So if you could expand on that, I mean, it's greatly appreciated.
I mean, that's the important part of making a good story is having a good world that it can fit inside of.
Yeah.
Because if all you do is make a good story, then after... Hold on. How do I get my map again? Here we go. After you've made that story happen, then you're restricted in what you can do in that world. Or like, that's it. Like, you can't... If you don't have an established world that you've already thought up and you've put things inside of, if you wanted to follow it up with more stories, you need to have that world set up. Yeah. And now you're clamoring to get a world built around the story you've made. And maybe you don't like some part of the story, but you can't change it because they would affect a huge part of your world now.
Yeah. And
So
I mean, movies like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which it's not my favorite movie in the Star Wars, in the Harry Potter universe. I think it does a fantastic job at expanding the universe. So it's like telling you more about how the universe works and how other countries deal with the issues that we've seen so many times in the main series.
Right.
And having those two franchises, Star Wars and Harry Potter, kind of delve into that. It's great.
Lens individually. Carefully release the hinges.
I did exactly what Doombuggy just did, which was completely ignore the person talking. What did you say? I got a little distracted by this amazing game, which I'm, for some reason, playing on Xbox One S.
Yeah. So I was saying that one of the reasons I like Fantastic Beasts, which again is still not like, I don't think it's the best Harry Potter movie
No, it's not
out
close.
there. It's not even close. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've watched it several times. It was on the plane that I actually watched it on the plane yesterday.
Oh, really? What do you think?
It was pretty good. I mean, I've watched it before then. It was good. A lot of it kind of came down to a huge problem I have a lot of times with movies like that, which is government is stupid and doesn't listen to a guy that knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Which is a, in my opinion, a very bad way of, or it's a bad reason for a story to exist.
I mean, then you're gonna love War Games.
And oh god,
But it's actually a funny movie, so I mean, you're gonna enjoy it just for that.
wait, what War Games?
War Games come out like in '82.
Oh, I've seen that.
Okay.
I told you about it. I'm the one that suggested it to you.
Did you?
Yeah. A guy accidentally hacked into a
Yeah.
nuclear
No,
launch simulator.
our history teacher recommended that to us.
I watched it in like 8th grade. So, a little before that.
Before
teaching.
high school. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's like, again, that was like, it's a good movie, but the reason for it existing, or for the conflict to exist, is kind of weak.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is a lot of, the government thinks it's smart, but really isn't, and here's why.
Again, so going back to the whole like expand the universe with Fantastic Beasts, thingy, all that.
Hold on,
I
let
feel
me
like,
just-
again, like, but you saw in Fantastic Beasts that they fleshed out the universe in a way where they're like, oh, here's the same issues that you've seen in the Harry Potter universe before, but here's how America deals with it.
Yeah.
And here's how America deals with wizards and what the laws are here, and just how different things are, just country by country. And you flesh out the universe. We learn about the Obscurus, and the kind of like how that might have affected, perhaps some events of characters that we already know.
Right,
And
okay.
adding that aspect of world building and storytelling to the Star Wars universe, I think will greatly benefit it, and it will keep it alive for much longer without us having to get to episode 20 in just a couple of years.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I see kind of what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, Star Wars is a big world, a galaxy. And you want to make sure that whatever you make story-wise holds up to that world.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't want to have a story that people only go check out because it's associated with the franchise. You want, especially with Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people are going to go watch it because it's Star Wars, but you want to make sure they're watching it because it's good.
Yeah. But again, remember what we said about the standalone movies out of DC is that this also allows, say you're a director, screenwriter, you want to make a movie in the Star Wars universe, but you know what? You really don't care about using the Force or any of that, right? Oh, any of that like the mystical aspect of Star Wars. You just want to have a great movie in the world of Star Wars. The standalone movies would allow for a great movie in that world.
I mean, that's also, again, I kind of agree with that. Like, a big thing that I always kind of wanted was a... What is this? Oh, that was a Power Up, wasn't it? Whoops. A bounty hunter movie. And now we're basically getting two, because Han Solo, while a smuggler, is a very cocky, bounty hunter-esque character.
And see, Han Solo, I'm not keeping many hopes with, just because out of all the trouble with the director, and the director's getting fired, and having a new director in there, and rewriting and redoing the whole thing from scratch. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about Han Solo movie anymore.
I mean, I'm much more excited about Boba Fett, or maybe a... Like, she'll see... Ooh, I wasn't expecting that. Vibrated weirdly on my shin. What am I on about? Fuck. like show us the bottom of Coruscant. The scum of a capital city. That's all trading contracts, getting people killed, going out for all like I want to see a lot of that. Like I don't want to see one bounty hunter movie or a movie about one bounty hunter. I want to see a bounty hunter. What? I'm losing my phrasing. Sorry. I want to see a movie about bounty hunters. Like I want to see all of them.
Like a bounty hunter squad.
Yeah, it's like, or just like the politics of it. Like I watched John Wick again yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
In that, you see an entire like underground society that functions on their own rules, that does all these things. Like ordering a dinner reservation is code for getting a body cleanup. The hotel that they're on is a place where you can't do, what was it? You can't do business on continental grounds. Right?
Yeah.
Business was killing people. Right? It's like these gold coins. Like you spend a coin for each body you need to get a dinner reservation for. You can trade them out for things like that. None of that was explained. It was just shown and it happened. And I will see that with Star Wars Bounty Hunters.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Or it's like doing that would be a really cool way, in my opinion.
Yeah. So, just to end this off, would you rather have these standalone movies be the future of Star Wars for the foreseeable future? Past Episode 9. Would you rather watch these standalone films while we take a break from the main series? Because we'll eventually get an episode 10, 11, and 12. That's going to happen. There's no way around that.
Right, yeah.
But do you want them happening right after? Like, 2019, we get episode 9. Right? Yeah, 2019, we get episode 9. We get a standalone movie or two, and then we go to episode 10? Or do we just, for the next 10 years, per se, we go full standalone movies where they carefully prepare for the next saga in the Star Wars universe? Or just continue with standalones forever?
So, episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 all happen within 2 generations.
Yes.
Anakin Skywalker is born.
Yeah.
Anakin Skywalker dies.
Yeah.
1 to 6. During that time, Han Solo is born, becomes an old man, has a child, dies.
Mm-hmm.
Child moves on, continues to live. By the end of episode 9, someone else is probably going to die. That's realistically, if, Solo didn't get butt stabbed, he probably would have still been alive at the end of 9.
Man, but you don't be serious, man. He's still alive, bro.
I don't know, he's fucking dead as shit. If Han Solo's still alive, I will...
They played us.
There's nothing that I would do, but I'll be very, very surprised. But all that happened in 2 generations. In between, in real time, 2 generations went by, basically.
Yes.
Between the 70s, the noughts, and now the 10s, where all these movies are coming out. That's a lot of time.
Yeah.
However, from the 70s to the noughts, there wasn't a whole lot. From the noughts to now, we had the extended universe between the TV shows, the comics, all the books, all that came out. And those existed, just no one gave enough of a shit, because Star Wars was kind of like still seen as that geek thing. It wasn't until like 2013, I think, when geekdom became cool. Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And it's like, a lot of that was lost. If they wanted to go back and fill us in on that between 9 and 10, and revisit what's now basically Legends, and make movies about those, I'd be okay with that. I honestly don't think we need episode 10 before 2025.
Fair enough.
I think we can survive on the expanded stuff, seeing more of the universe and how that acts, because we have a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that exists in the books, the comic, and all that. It's just a lot of people don't have access to it, and they don't know where to start looking for it.
Oh, they're just
they
not
just-
willing to. I mean, this.
Or that, yeah.
It's just like, hey, I like Star Wars, but I like the movies, right? Like, but I won't be like going through every single expanded universe
Yeah, exactly.
book and.
But if they made
Everything.
the Mandalorian Civil War into a movie, would you watch that?
Yeah,
Exactly. It's
an
like,
old Republic story.
exactly. It's like a lot of those like things exist. I also really hope the game isn't too loud. I didn't check levels with actual sound going from the game, so or very loud sound going from the game. So I hope that this video isn't fucked. But like if they went back and because a lot of those still fit into the canon. I know Disney said that they wiped them, but they never did anything to replace them or recover those topics. So if I would think what they really meant was we wiped the books from existence. The story still stands, but the book's not ours anymore. We'll show you the movie in a couple of years.
Yeah, I feel
It's like,
it's,
I'd
it's
be
a
okay
smart
with-
move. Yeah,
I'm not big on the TV show like what's the new one? Rebels. I'm not big on that.
it has its moments.
I've heard it's got moments,
yeah.
but it's like
It's still for kids.
I can see the 2-minute highlight clip on YouTube.
yeah,
You know.
I mean, I mean, basically, the coolest part was the Maul Obi Wan fight.
For the third time now? Because we saw
The first time in Rebels. Yeah, I know we've seen it a couple of times in
Yeah.
Clone Wars.
But it's like if they wanted to go back and the Mandalorian Civil War, the beginning of the Sith, not the edgy wear black and samurai helmets Sith. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
right?
yeah, I know.
Like there's a lot in that. Not only is it a big world, it's a big world with a lot of history, and they could go back and visit a lot of that. And a lot of those could make very well done standalone movies. And honestly, you could fill in people on those and then have those tie in better into 10. Because a lot of that came out after episode 6 was done.
Yes.
In fact, all of it came out after episode 6 was done. So a lot of that was retroactively put in to make it fit into the world, but not into the story. And now you could go retroactively make it go into the story and then have 10 reference something that everyone's now aware of.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise or whatever. Like that,
Yeah.
we don't need.
Yeah, I mean, I get, like you said, you could explore so many cool aspects of this universe. That because
a lot of it doesn't even need to be the Jedi and Sith.
Yeah,
Like I said, the Mandalorians, fucking
yeah, but we
the
haven't.
Jabba movie.
Yeah, we haven't seen because these books are not canon,
Right.
and let's imagine that they're gonna use those books as their base.
All right.
You could play along with those quite a lot. You could take your liberties to
Yeah.
kind of flesh it out into a better to fit a movie format better.
Right. And I mean, like I said, I'd be surprised if we saw 10 before 2025. Like I expected they'll give us 5-6 years
A break.
here between 9 and 10.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like they need to wrap up something with 9. Because if they go into 10, they obviously need to do not Princess Leia because of real world consequences.
Oh no, we could the Game of Thrones start, and we could have like Kylo Ren and Rey, kind of like. Well,
Oh god.
no, never mind. They're not
God.
family.
Oh god. No.
They're children in episode 10.
Oh god.
Oh come on, it's somewhere out there, somewhere
know-
in Tumblr. It already happened.
I'm sure Kylo Ren and Han Solo has happened.
Oh,
It's Tumblr. It's a dark place. That is a dark place. At any rate, I think we're done here. I don't know how long we went.
yeah,
40-ish minutes.
yeah, it's fine. But yeah, I agree with you. I feel like we're not getting episode 10 for a while.
I feel like we need a break from the main
Yeah.
stuff, and I would love to see more expanded. Like Rogue One was
Awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
I want to see more Rogue One, and I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, right now it's the only one, so of course it's great. If Han Solo is as good or better, I will want
Yeah.
to see more expanded stuff.
Plus, hey, Disney, would you want a Star Wars movie to be as big, if not bigger, than The Force Awakens? Then take a break for a while.
Yeah,
Let
Just
people
not a,
crave that.
just not a 12, 13-year break.
Yeah. Just have people crave that mainline Star Wars,
and
the
just
Skywalker family, and then bam, you release it, and then you make $2 billion again.
do that. Don't make your own streaming service. Check out our other discussion on the.
On DC,
Are we just going to title it the DC, or is it just going to be the bullshit podcast?
it was DC.
All right, well, yeah, go check out the DC thing where we talk about a lot of things for our opinions on Disney making their own streaming service, if you haven't checked it out already. But I think we're going to kill it here.
Yeah.
This one's going to be a little bit shorter than that one,
Yeah.
at least recording-wise.
Yeah. So tell us, guys, what you guys think.
Tell us what you thought of this. Tell us what you would like to see us try out.
Yeah. Like, what do you think we're getting? Do you think we're getting a bunch of standalone movies, or are we just gonna jump right into the next trilogy of Star Wars?
Drop us that comment. Don't drop us a DM because we probably won't read those. Does YouTube even have DMs?
No.
Probably not, yeah. You know what does have DMs? Twitter. Go check us out on there because we don't ever post anything as far as I'm aware.
I don't want.
We post video updates.
Just
but that's about
add
it.
us.
Yeah, whatever. And at any rate, I have a nice day, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.